So this is my grandpa Jim and my grandma Mother, and this is my interview for Data Social Studies. So, as you all know, you have been a big impact and role models on me in my life. So my first question to you would be, who was your role model? Like, who kind of helped you become who you are? Because you all have helped me become like who I am.
Grandma, you want to go first?
No.
Well, I would probably say my dad and my grandfather both.
Yeah.
I grew up on a farm and worked with both of them when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the two of them.
Yeah. What about you, Grandma?
My grandma and my mom.
Yeah.
Grandma Kearns was born, I think, in 1898.
Wow.
So for her coming all the way up from that time until my mom, and just knowing how things worked back then compared to now,
Mm-hmm.
that was nice.
Yeah, that's true. So, all right, so since this is a social studies class too, I really like getting your perspective on historical events and things like that. And we learn about presidents and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, thinking back on like the administrations that you have seen like throughout your lifetime, who do you think really stood out to you as like a role model and a really good president and leader for our country?
I'm supposed to say John F. Kennedy because everybody would say that.
I know, that's kind of who I thought.
But I was, I remember when he was assassinated.
Yeah.
It was a big deal, and I was in grade school, and as far as being old enough to know whether that was a great administration
Yeah.
or not, I'm not so sure. I mean, it was probably great,
Yeah.
but I was too young.
Too young.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I kind of like the first George Bush myself.
Yeah.
Not the second.
Mhm.
The second was okay with the first.
Yeah,
George
the first
Bush.
one.
Yeah.
I wonder why I didn't get reelected.
I don't know. I guess because I thought he was doing a pretty decent job.
Yeah. What about you?
I like the second George Bush.
Second George Bush.
And he was there 2 terms.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and he was president while my son was in Iraq. But he did nothing there. So.
Yeah.
And it seems like, all the presidents for a long time were sending troops
Mhm.
here and there.
Yeah. I feel like if I were to interview someone like mom's age, they would probably say Reagan. That's kind of what I hear from
Yeah.
that generation is
Uh-huh.
Reagan. So it's interesting. You guys
Yeah.
say Bush and Bush.
Yeah, because he was an actor, and
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
remember all that.
And he was like
How
in their
s-
glory days, like in high school.
And how an actor could go
Yeah.
to being your president.
Mhm. That is cool. So something interesting now is that 9/11 is being looked at as like a historical event. Like they're putting it in textbooks and stuff. But for some of us, like we remember it happening, so it's weird to look back on it
Mhm.
as like a historical event. So do you all remember what you were doing or how you felt like when that happened?
I remember exactly. Grandma was in surgery, and I was sitting in the hospital with your mom.
Wow.
And she was having breast cancer surgery, and your mom and I were sitting in the same hospital that you were born in, by the way, Central Baptist, and that was all on the TV.
Were
So
people like panicking or?
They didn't really
it was
know.
controlled, because we were in a hospital, and it was, a controlled environment sort of, and people were not panicking like they were
Yeah.
probably in other places at the time.
I just remember as they were rolling me in that one of the nurses told the other one that there's something going on TV. There's been a big crash or something in New York.
So
That's
it's
all I
easy,
knew.
easy
Until
for
I
us
got-
to remember where we were. when
Yeah.
that
Until
happened.
I got home
Wow.
and I'm laying in bed
That's what you wake
and
up
saw
to.
that on TV, and it's like, why am I worried about me?
Wow.
You know
yeah.
how you are after you get out of surgery.
Yeah. That's like a really humbling way to look at it. So, since you all like to travel a lot,
Mhm.
is there any place or particular culture that's had a really big impact on you?
We've been a lot of places.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
From Italy to France to Switzerland
Yeah.
to last year, or this year was Alaska.
Yeah.
Before that we've gone to Hawaii. So they're all so different.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
It's
I
hard
didn't
to say.
travel any like that when I was younger, and I think that would have an impact on you more than when you're older and you're sort
Like
of.
when you're formative. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, no. I grew up on a farm in the middle of nowhere, and that was pretty much.
Yeah.
So I don't know that any other cultures would
Really changed you.
change me. Yeah.
Is there anywhere that is on your bucket list to somewhere new to go?
New to go? Oh gosh, I don't know.
No, I don't either. We've been to Panama Canal and Caribbean. It's like,
Yeah.
where do we go next? Maybe Canada.
I'm always like, I want to go back someplace, and she wants to go someplace new. So
We'd still be at Daytona Beach.
we'd still be going to Destin every year if it was left to me, probably. But, I would like to go back to Switzerland.
Yeah.
We didn't stay enough time there.
Yeah.
Last year we didn't have enough time. That was really nice.
That was cool. All right. Well, anything you guys want to add? Anything important?
No, I was just saying those historical things, like the things that you remember, the very first one of those that ever happened that I remember would be, John F. Kennedy being assassinated. Then, you remember the Challenger space shuttle explosion, that's a big thing that you remember.
Yeah.
And then 9/11. And there's some other things in there too, but there's these key, big, historical events that always happen.
I was like in 3rd, 4th grade when Kennedy was the president, so kind of hard for me to remember.
Do you all remember anything, or did your parents tell you anything about when the civil rights movement was going on? Did you have any family friends or anybody that participated, or that?
We lived in a little small town, and like a weekly newspaper.
Yeah.
Just didn't hear as much. You didn't see a lot on TV at that time either.
So when you were growing up, did you have like the colored and white signs, or no?
No, we didn't even have any color that lived in our.
Nobody
area.
lived in your town?
No, there
Oh,
was.
wow.
There
So
was
we just really didn't know anything.
I think when I was in grade school, I don't think there was a single, black person in the whole school. After I got out of 8th grade, there might have been 1 or 2. But
So you could have
just,
went until high school before you even saw a person of a different race?
Well, there was one guy that lived in the community that we lived in. He was like a bricklayer, carpentry type guy. So I knew him, but I didn't go to school with any of his children.
Did anybody treat him any differently? Or?
No, I mean he was just a normal guy. There was no issue, but he was probably the only one in our community at that time.
Wow.
Grew up in a little community.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, thank you guys.
Oh, you're
and I love
welcome.
you, and they're awesome. So
Yeah, well, we love you too. And
yeah.
talk about formative. You've been formative on us too. Really made a big deal for us. So
Well, thank you
we
for
love
doing
you
this.
so much.
Thank you.
Get this too.
Yeah. We're in nature. What'd you think, Ash?